Have you ever felt a whisper of something more? A longing for deeper meaning, for guidance on your unique journey? In a world saturated with quick fixes and surface-level solutions, it's easy to feel lost. But what if I told you there's a tool, steeped in ancient wisdom that could illuminate your path? That tool is tarot. This is Tarot Unveiled. Tarot as a source of empowerment, a mirror reflecting the vast potential within you. It's a journey of self-discovery, of connecting with your intuition, and unlocking the wisdom that has always resided within. For too long, tarot has been shrouded in misconception and fear, often misrepresented as a tool of darkness or manipulation. But the truth couldn't be further from this distorted image. Tarot, at its core, is about empowerment, about taking control of your narrative and stepping into your authentic power. These cards, rich with symbolism and ancient wisdom, are not meant to be feared, but rather embraced as a source of guidance and inspiration. They act as a mirror, reflecting back to you the hidden truths within your own heart and soul. In a world that often seeks to silence our inner voice, tarot encourages us to listen. It reminds us that we are not alone on this journey, that there are forces greater than ourselves guiding and supporting us every step of the way. So, if you're ready to shed the layers of fear and step into the light of your own truth, join me as we journey into the heart of tarot. Together, we'll explore its history, its symbolism, and most importantly, its power to transform your life. Why, in a world saturated with technology and scientific advancement, does a deck of cards continue to spark such fear and fascination? For centuries, tarot has been relegated to the shadows, whispered about in hushed tones, its true nature obscured by fear-mongering and misinformation. The roots of this fear often trace back to a time when knowledge was power, carefully guarded and controlled by those in positions of authority. Anything that empowered the individual, that encouraged self-reflection and inner wisdom, was seen as a threat to the established order. Tarot, with its ability to connect us to our intuition and the unseen realms, was deemed dangerous, its power feared by those who sought to maintain control. Over time, these fears became ingrained in the cultural narrative, passed down through generations like cautionary tales whispered around a campfire. Tarot became synonymous with the occult, with fortune-tellers and charlatans, its true potential buried beneath layers of superstition and misunderstanding. But like a seed buried deep within the earth, the essence of tarot has endured. And now, more than ever, people are feeling called to unearth this ancient wisdom, to reclaim its power as a tool for personal growth and spiritual awakening. It's important to remember that we see the world not as it is, but as we are. Our perceptions are colored by our beliefs, our experiences, and most importantly, our fears. When we approach tarot from a place of fear, we project those fears onto the cards, distorting their meaning and obscuring their true message. We may fixate on cards traditionally associated with negativity or challenge. Death, the Tower, the Devil, interpreting them as harbingers of doom rather than catalysts for transformation. We may shy away from our own intuition, doubting our ability to interpret the card's messages without relying on external authorities or predetermined meanings. This fear-based approach not only limits our understanding of tarot, but also prevents us from fully stepping into our own power. It keeps us trapped in a cycle of seeking answers outside ourselves, rather than trusting the wisdom that resides within. The key to unlocking tarot's true potential lies in shifting our perspective. When we approach the cards with an open heart and a willingness to delve deeper, we begin to see beyond the surface level of fear and into the realm of profound insight and guidance. Reclaiming the sacred tarot as a tool for spiritual sovereignty. Tarot, in its purest form, is a tool for reclaiming our spiritual sovereignty. It empowers us to connect with our intuition, to listen to the whispers of our soul, and to make choices that are aligned with our highest good. It reminds us that we are not passive recipients of fate, but rather active creators of our own reality. Each card we draw is an invitation to explore a different aspect of ourselves, to confront our shadows, and to embrace our potential. It's a journey of self-discovery, of peeling back the layers of conditioning and societal programming to reveal the authentic truth that lies within. When we approach tarot with reverence and respect, recognizing it as a sacred tool for self-reflection and growth, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities. We begin to see the cards not as predictors of the future, but as guides on our journey of becoming. The true magic of tarot lies not in the cards themselves, but in the transformative power of connecting with our own inner wisdom. It's in the moments of clarity, the breakthroughs in understanding, and the courage to live a life that is authentically our own. Beyond fortune-telling, a journey of archetypes and symbols. Tarot, at its heart, is not about predicting the future with eerie accuracy or revealing secrets hidden behind a velvet curtain. It's a nuanced and profound system of archetypes and symbols, each card a story waiting to be unfolded, a mirror reflecting the vast landscape of the human experience. These archetypes, such as the Fool, the Magician, the Empress, are not merely characters on cardboard, but universal patterns of energy, echoing through mythology, literature, and the depths of our subconscious. They represent the fundamental aspects of being human: the seeker, the creator, the nurturer, the sage, inviting us to recognize these archetypes within ourselves and the world around us. The symbolism woven into each card, the colors, the numbers, the objects, adds further layers of meaning, creating a rich tapestry of insight. For example, the element of water, often associated with emotions and intuition, flows through the cup suit, while the element of earth, grounding and practical, underpins the pentacles. When we approach tarot with this understanding, we move beyond the limitations of literal interpretation and into a realm of symbolic resonance. We begin to see the cards as doorways to deeper understanding, each one offering a unique perspective on our journey, our challenges, and our potential for growth. The language of the soul, deciphering the messages within. Imagine tarot as a language, one that speaks not through words but through images, symbols, and intuitive nudges. Like learning any new language, it requires patience, practice, and a willingness to listen with an open heart. The cards themselves don't hold the answers, but rather act as catalysts, sparking a dialogue between your conscious mind and the whispers of your intuition. As you shuffle the deck, allowing your fingers to connect with the cards, pay attention to any subtle sensations, any images or memories that arise. Notice which cards you're drawn to, which ones evoke a strong emotional response, whether it's comfort, excitement, or even a hint of unease. These intuitive nudges are the language of your soul speaking, offering guidance, reassurance, or perhaps a gentle nudge to look a little deeper, to question your assumptions, to explore a new perspective. The major and minor arcana, unlocking different layers of understanding. To further deepen our understanding of tarot's language, it's helpful to explore the structure of the deck itself. The 78 cards are divided into two main sections, the major arcana and the minor arcana. The 22 cards of the major arcana represent the archetypal journey of the soul, from the Fool's innocent beginnings to the world's ultimate integration and fulfillment. These cards often signify major life lessons, significant turning points, and profound spiritual transformations. The 56 cards of the minor arcana, divided into 4 suits, wands, cups, swords, and pentacles, delve into the everyday experiences of life. Each suit represents a different aspect of human experience: wands for creativity and passion, cups for emotions and relationships, swords for thoughts and communication, and pentacles for work, finances, and the material world. By understanding the interplay between the major and minor arcana, we gain a more comprehensive view of our lives. The major arcana provides the overarching themes and lessons, while the minor arcana offers insights into how these themes are playing out in our day-to-day experiences. The challenge of self-reflection, facing our shadows in the mirror. One of the primary reasons tarot evokes fear is its uncanny ability to hold a mirror up to our souls, reflecting back not just the light, but also the shadows we often try to keep hidden, even from ourselves. In a world that constantly encourages us to strive for perfection, to present a curated version of ourselves, the prospect of confronting our deepest fears, insecurities, and unfulfilled desires can feel deeply unsettling. Tarot, with its unflinching honesty, bypasses the masks we wear and speaks directly to the raw, vulnerable essence of who we are. It asks us to confront the parts of ourselves we've disowned, the patterns we'd rather not acknowledge, the wounds that still linger beneath the surface. This process of self-reflection, while ultimately liberating, can initially feel like navigating a labyrinth of uncomfortable emotions. We may find ourselves face to face with cards like the Tower, representing upheaval and unexpected change, or the Devil, symbolizing the shadows within and the temptations that bind us. These cards, often perceived as negative, are not meant to instill fear, but rather to illuminate the areas of our lives where growth and transformation are most needed. It takes courage to sit with these uncomfortable truths, to acknowledge the ways in which we may be holding ourselves back or repeating self-sabotaging patterns. But within these moments of honest self-reflection lies the potential for profound healing and lasting change. The illusion of control, surrendering to the flow of life. In a world obsessed with control, with meticulously planning every detail and striving for predictable outcomes, tarot challenges us to embrace the unknown, to surrender to the flow of life's ever-changing currents. This surrender, however, is often misconstrued as a loss of control, sparking fear and resistance within us. We cling to the illusion that we are in control of our destiny, that if we just work hard enough, plan diligently enough, we can avoid pain, disappointment, and the unexpected twists and turns that life inevitably throws our way. Tarot reminds us that this illusion of control is just that, an illusion. When we approach the cards with a desire for definitive answers, for a predetermined roadmap of our future, we miss the point entirely. Tarot does not dictate our destiny, but rather reveals the potential that exists within each moment, the possibilities that unfold when we align ourselves with the flow of life rather than resisting it. This surrender doesn't mean becoming passive observers in our own lives, but rather embracing a more fluid and adaptable approach, trusting that even in the midst of uncertainty, we are guided and supported by a wisdom far greater than our own limited perspective. Reclaiming your power. Moving from fear to fearless exploration. The most profound truth about tarot is that it holds no inherent power over us. The power lies within us, in our willingness to show up authentically, to listen deeply to our intuition, and to trust the guidance that emerges from within. The fear we often associate with tarot is, at its core, a fear of our own power, a fear of the unknown depths within ourselves. When we choose to approach tarot with curiosity rather than fear, with an open heart rather than a closed mind, we step into our power as conscious creators of our own reality. We begin to see the cards not as instruments of fate, but as tools for self-discovery, for illuminating the path ahead, and for making choices that are aligned with our highest good. This journey of fearless exploration is not always easy. It requires courage to confront our shadows, to embrace uncertainty, and to trust the whispers of our intuition. But the rewards are immeasurable. A deeper understanding of ourselves, a more profound connection to our intuition, and the empowerment that comes from living a life that is authentically our own. So let go of the fear, release the need to control, and step into the unknown with an open heart. The journey of tarot is a journey into the depths of your own being, a journey of self-discovery, and ultimately, a journey home to yourself. Beyond the supernatural, the psychology of insight and meaning-making, The question of how tarot works has captivated and perplexed seekers for centuries. Is it truly a mystical connection to the unseen, a conduit to divine knowledge? Or is there a more grounded, psychological explanation for the uncanny insights and guidance these cards seem to offer? While the answer may vary depending on your personal beliefs, there's a growing understanding that much of tarot's power lies in its ability to tap into the depths of our own subconscious mind. Modern psychology offers fascinating perspectives on how tarot operates. One compelling theory revolves around the concept of conceptual blending, a higher-level thinking process where our brains take seemingly disparate concepts and forge meaningful connections between them. In the context of tarot, this means that our minds instinctively weave together the card's imagery, symbolism, and our own personal experiences to create a tapestry of meaning that resonates deeply within us. For example, imagine drawing the Tower card, often associated with upheaval and sudden change. Your mind, in a flash, might connect the image of a crumbling tower to a current situation in your life, perhaps a job loss, a relationship ending, or a long-held belief system being challenged. This connection isn't about the card predicting the future, but rather acting as a catalyst, bringing to the surface subconscious fears, anxieties, or perhaps even a hidden desire for change that you hadn't consciously acknowledged before. Furthermore, the act of engaging with tarot, of asking questions and seeking guidance, can be seen as a form of active meditation. As we shuffle the cards, focus our intention, and contemplate their messages, we create a space for our intuition to emerge, for those whispers of inner wisdom to rise above the noise of our everyday thoughts and distractions. The art of synchronicity, tuning into the language of the universe. Another layer to understanding how tarot works lies in the concept of synchronicity, a term coined by psychologist Carl Jung to describe meaningful coincidences that seem to defy the laws of probability. These synchronicities, often experienced as a series of seemingly unrelated events that align in a way that feels profoundly significant, are often seen as the universe's way of communicating with us, offering guidance, confirmation, or a gentle nudge in the right direction. When we engage with tarot, we open ourselves to the possibility of these synchronicities occurring. The cards we draw, especially when we approach them with an open heart and a willingness to listen, can act as mirrors, reflecting back to us the themes, patterns, and opportunities that are present in our lives, even if we haven't consciously recognized them yet. Imagine, for instance, that you've been grappling with a difficult decision, feeling unsure of which path to take. You shuffle your tarot deck, draw a card, and find yourself face to face with the Chariot, a card often associated with willpower, determination, and moving forward with confidence. Later that day, you receive an unexpected phone call, offering you a new opportunity that aligns perfectly with the energy of the card you drew. While this could be dismissed as mere coincidence, those who resonate with the concept of synchronicity might see it as the universe aligning to guide you towards your highest good. Whether you view tarot through the lens of psychology, synchronicity, or a blend of both, the key takeaway is that the true power of these cards lies not in their ability to predict the future, but rather in their capacity to unlock something profound within ourselves. Our intuition, our subconscious wisdom, and our innate connection to the unseen forces that shape our lives. While the true power of tarot lies within you, creating a sense of ritual around your practice can deepen your connection to the cards and enhance your ability to tap into their wisdom. Rituals are about setting intentions, creating sacred space, and signaling to your subconscious mind that you're entering a time for introspection and connection. Think of it like this. Imagine preparing for a meditation practice. You might dim the lights, light candles, choose calming music. All these acts help to shift your energy, to quiet the noise of the outside world, and to create an inner sanctuary where you can connect more deeply with yourself. The same principle applies to working with tarot. There's no right or wrong way to create a tarot ritual. Let your intuition guide you. You might choose to cleanse your cards before each use with a smudge stick such as sage or palo santo, allowing the smoke to clear any stagnant energy. Crystals like amethyst for intuition or rose quartz for love can be placed on your reading space to amplify certain energies. Even the simple act of lighting a candle and taking a few deep breaths can make a world of difference in creating a sense of reverence and focus. Experiment with different elements and find what resonates with you. The most important thing is to approach your tarot practice with intention and respect, treating the cards as sacred tools for self-discovery and growth. One of the most beautiful aspects of tarot is its versatility. It's not a practice reserved solely for major life decisions or moments of crisis. In fact, some of the most profound insights and shifts in perspective can occur when we invite tarot into our everyday lives. Consider incorporating a daily card draw into your morning routine. Choose a card at random each day, spend a few moments reflecting on its imagery and message, and journal about any insights or intuitive nudges that arise. You might ask yourself, what energy does this card bring to my day? What opportunities or challenges might it be highlighting? How can I embody the essence of this card in my actions and interactions? Tarot can also be a powerful tool for decision-making. When faced with a choice, lay out a simple spread, such as a 3-card spread representing the past, present, and future, or a yes-no spread for more straightforward questions. Again, trust your intuition as you interpret the cards, allowing their messages to guide your discernment process rather than dictating a specific course of action. Beyond these practical applications, tarot can also be a source of creative inspiration. Use the cards as writing prompts, sparking new ideas for stories, poems, or journal entries. Meditate with a card, allowing its imagery to guide you deeper into a state of relaxation and inner peace. However you choose to engage with tarot, remember that it's a tool for empowerment, for connecting with your intuition, and for living a more conscious and fulfilling life. Like any meaningful relationship, the connection you cultivate with your tarot cards deepens over time with patience, curiosity, and a willingness to be fully present in each interaction. It's not about memorizing card meanings from a book, but rather about developing your own intuitive language with the cards, learning to trust the whispers of your inner wisdom as you engage with their symbolism. One of the most effective ways to build this relationship is to spend time with your deck even when you're not doing a formal reading. Shuffle the cards, familiarizing yourself with their imagery and energy. Choose a card at random and simply sit with it, allowing yourself to be drawn into its world, to feel its energy, and to notice any thoughts, emotions, or memories it evokes. Keep a tarot journal, recording your interpretations of the cards, any synchronicities you experience, and the insights that emerge from your practice. This journal becomes a valuable tool for tracking your growth, for recognizing recurring patterns, and for witnessing the evolution of your relationship with the cards. Remember, there's no rush, no pressure to become a tarot expert overnight. The true magic of tarot unfolds gradually, revealing itself in layers as you deepen your connection to the cards and, most importantly, to your own intuition. Within the heart of the tarot lies a captivating narrative, a symbolic journey that mirrors the evolution of our own souls. This is the Fool's Journey, a path woven through the 22 cards of the major arcana, each card representing a stage of spiritual growth, a lesson to be learned, an archetype to be embodied. The journey begins with the Fool, card number 0, a symbol of pure potential, of innocent beginnings, of embarking on a journey without a map or a destination in mind. The Fool is not bound by fear or past experiences, but rather steps boldly into the unknown with a sense of childlike wonder and boundless enthusiasm. As we journey through the major arcana, we encounter a cast of characters, each representing different aspects of ourselves and the challenges we face on our path to wholeness. We encounter the Magician, a symbol of manifestation and the power of our will, the High Priestess, representing intuition and the wisdom of the subconscious, the Empress, embodying nurturing, abundance, and connection to nature, and the Emperor, symbolizing structure, order, and the ability to create boundaries. Each card we encounter on this journey is an invitation to reflect on our own experiences, to recognize the patterns we repeat, the lessons we're meant to learn, and the potential that lies dormant within us, waiting to be awakened. The Fool's Journey is not a linear path, but rather a spiral, a series of cycles that we move through again and again throughout our lives, each time deepening our understanding and expanding our capacity for growth. We may find ourselves revisiting certain cards or themes multiple times, each encounter offering new insights and perspectives based on our current stage of evolution. From the innocence of the Fool, we move through stages of love and relationships, the Lovers, facing our fears and finding inner strength, seeking solitude and introspection, the Hermit, confronting endings and embracing transformation, death, and ultimately, reaching a state of integration, fulfillment, and connection to something greater than ourselves, the world. It's important to remember that there are no good or bad cards in tarot, just as there are no good or bad experiences in life. Every card, every encounter, every challenge we face serves a purpose in our soul's evolution. By embracing the cyclical nature of the Fool's Journey, we come to understand that growth is not a destination, but rather an ongoing process of expansion, contraction, and transformation. It's in those moments when we feel lost, challenged, or uncertain that we often experience the most profound breakthroughs and awakenings. As we've journeyed through the myths, the symbolism, and the transformative potential of tarot, it becomes clear that these 78 cards are far more than mere paper and ink. They are keys, each one unlocking a chamber within the vast cathedral of your being. They are whispers from the universe, inviting you to listen more deeply to the language of your soul. The fear often associated with tarot melts away when we realize that the true power resides not in the cards themselves but within the depths of our own hearts. It's in the courage to look inward, to confront our shadows, to embrace the unknown, and to trust the wisdom that has always resided within us, waiting to be awakened. This isn't about predicting a predetermined future, but rather about stepping into the full power of the present moment. It's about recognizing the synchronicities that weave through our lives, the whispers of guidance that often go unnoticed amidst the noise of the everyday. Tarot, in its essence, is a mirror reflecting back to us the infinite potential that resides within. It's a tool for self-discovery, a catalyst for transformation, and a reminder that we are not alone on this journey. We are guided, we are supported, and we are capable of creating a life that is aligned with our soul's deepest desires. If the call to explore tarot resonates within you, even if a hint of hesitation lingers, I invite you to approach this ancient practice with an open heart and a curious mind. Release any preconceived notions, any fears projected from external sources, and allow yourself to experience the cards through the lens of your own intuition. Start simply. Choose a deck that speaks to you, one whose imagery sparks a sense of connection and intrigue. Hold the cards in your hands, feel their energy, and allow yourself to be drawn into their world of symbolism and archetypes. There's no rush, no need for perfection. Trust your intuition, listen to the whispers of your soul, and allow the cards to guide you on a journey of self-discovery that is uniquely your own. The truth of tarot lies not in rigid interpretations or predetermined meanings, but in the transformative power of connecting with your own inner wisdom. It's in those moments of clarity, those breakthroughs in understanding, and the courage to live a life that is authentically yours, that the true magic of tarot unfolds. So if you're ready to start your journey, grab a deck that speaks to your soul. The Rider-Waite-Smith deck is a classic and a beginner-friendly tarot. There are many options of varied designs. Choose one or more that resonates visually and emotionally. You can find tarot desks on Amazon, Etsy, or most bookstores. Now you have your deck, pull a random card and ask, What do I need to know today? The answer might surprise you. Drop a comment below. What's your biggest question about tarot? Thank you for watching. See you in the next video, and remember, the truth is in the cards, but the power? It's in you.